I've been asked a lot how to explain Lolita to parents and family who may not understand it or have judgments about it. I've been putting it off for a while because my thoughts on it have been changing, and because of technical difficulties and just life happens. But I've recently received a lot more messages about it after the release of the My Strange Addiction Living Doll episode. I figured it was about time I make this video and talk a little bit about what happened in that show. The episode wasn't about Lolita as a fashion or a lifestyle. It was about the doll movement, which from what I gather is people that want to replicate dolls. Two of the people interviewed in it are seen wearing Lolita and mention Lolita, but again, it's not about Lolita. Secondly, don't believe everything you see on TV. It's that simple. Shows like that are heavily edited, somewhat staged, and also a little bit scripted. In the end, it's telling the story that the production wants to tell. After all, it's called My Strange Addiction, not My Normal Hobby. They wanted to make the people seem abnormal or strange. That's all I really have to say about it. I mean, it's TV, and it's not about Lolita, so it shouldn't really even be relevant. Now moving on to general advice. When people would ask me how to explain Lolita to their parents, I used to answer very confidently because my parents have always accepted it, so I figured that if you just did what I did, everything would work out. But of course I realized that's not necessarily the case. I mean, everyone is different, and every situation is different. So I don't have one universal answer for you, but I have come up with a sort of guideline to help you get going. Okay, to begin, you need to explain Lolita. And I can't tell you what exactly to say here, because Lolita is different to everybody. An example of this is the documentary Sugar Coated, which tells the story of 5 different Lolitas, and all of their stories are different. That was a bit redundant. Oh, look, it's me! But what's your story? Why do you want to wear it? What do you like about it? What's your style? Tell them all of that. Okay, next, it's important to explain that Lolita has nothing to do with the book Lolita or the film adaptation of the book. The only thing they share in common is a name, and if you think about it, a name is just a word, and words have plenty of different meanings. Show them examples of Lolitas in the real world, photos from meetups, street snaps, that sort of thing, just to show them that Lolitas exist in day-to-day life, and I think that will help show them that it's a fashion and not a costume. Modesty. Next, tell them that Lolita is a modest fashion. I always find that modesty will win parents over. Explain that Lolita isn't as revealing as some mainstream fashions are. Now I have a story for you. I have a friend whose mother used to be very accepting of Lolita, but one day she sort of snapped and decided that she couldn't wear it. And none of us are really sure why, and my friend has done all the advice I could ever given you, and it still hasn't worked. My friend has taken to hiding her Lolita, which I don't recommend doing at all, but in her case, I'm not sure what else to do. Which leads me to another story, a story of mine actually. When I first started out in Lolita, my grandmother used to be very unaccepting of it. In fact, she sent me a horrible letter filled with misunderstandings and judgments. I tried everything I could, but eventually I just sort of gave up talking about it, which was easy for me because she lives very far away. I think I avoided the topic for about a year. And then recently when I visited her, she started asking me about events that I had gone to in Lolita, and I was shocked. She had actually come to tolerate it. So maybe if after everything you do, your family still doesn't accept or understand it, give it time. Your parents and your family, they just want the best for you. And they might be thinking that what you're doing is odd and strange, but if you just continue being yourself and doing the things that you do, eventually they'll realize that it's just clothes and that you're the same person. That's about all the advice I can think to give you. But if you've gone through something like this, please comment below on my YouTube, or you can message me on Tumblr, even anonymously. Or if you're currently going through something like this, I'd love to hear from you too. Maybe your situation is different and someone else has gone through it and could help you out. I'll put everything relating to this video in this tag. So check it out, and I hope we can get a discussion going. Good luck everybody, and stay lovely.